And we see 2 limpers. We will make it $55 to go. Wow, that's a very sweet flop there. We have the nut wrap and nut flush draw. We definitely want to keep in lower diamond draw, so we don't want to go super big. We want hands that we dominate to continue essentially. So we'll go for $91. If I had like a king or a queen or even king queen continues, you know, we don't mind that much. We have a lot of equity against those hands. And also a lot of playability. So Pat Ivy with the re-raise. We can get it in right here or just call. I mean, if the turn is a king and he has $200 left, are we going to fold? I think the answer is yes. Especially as the king and the queen of diamonds are already on the board. Then on the other side, yeah, we have to get 15 big blind in. We can make a royal flush here. Like if we hit the... what do we need? The jack of diamonds? Like we're gonna make a lot of money in this hand. Let's go. Oh my god, it's the opposite. The fuck, man. Oh man. Okay, I think we actually have to fold now. No, actually we cannot fold because we're likely drawing that. The problem is that we still have an out to the royal flush, which is worth like thousands of dollars. So we have to try to hit the jack of diamonds, baby. Let's go. He has the jack of diamonds, so we're flipping actually. Okay, I mean, that's also fine. Once or twice. Once. Hit. Let's fucking go, man. One time it is. All in with a straight over on this table for 1.6k. Top set against my straight. 63% equity. Yeah, we can run it twice. That's good so far. Nice. Hold the second one. Hold it. Hold it. Let's fucking go. Let's go, man. Over here, we're rocking the 20 big blind stack. I'm actually going to squeeze this hand. All in. All right. We're up against ace, ace, king, 5. That's a pretty good hand. We got the clubs covered, but we have some open spades. One time. Let's punish. Ooh. It looks like a good flop for us, but really isn't that good of a flop. Holy moly, we lose him with 2 pair. 9-5. We flopped a pair and an open ender and a flush draw, and we still had only 35% there. That's the problem with when the suits get covered. Okay. We're gonna call 7-5-4-3 double. It's a hand that, you know, can hit some flops, but also has a lot of trash flops there as well. Can hit deceptively. All right, here we go. It's actually quite the useful flop there. What do we have? We have a wrap and a pair 2 backdoor flush draws. We're actually gonna raise because I love nuts 7-7-7. Like if that guy has some sort of like pair straight draw, he might fold, and the straight draws are usually dominating my straight draw. So just gonna try and drive him out of the pot. But like even if that guy goes in, it's not all that bad. Against an overpair, we're gonna be in great shape here. Depends on the straight outs though. 64% against an overpair. Once or twice, Pat Ivy. Once or twice. One time. Don't try to go once against the nizzles. Let's fucking go diamond or all these straightening cards or whatever. Not a fucking 10. What is he doing, man? What is GG doing here? How can we lose 65% there? Twice. We run into kings again with my jacks. We're looking for spades or a jack. Ooh, there's a spade. Or there's a spade. There's a spade, actually. But there's also a jack. No 10. No king. Well, it was a king. Top 3 tips to get out of the situation, like of you know, struggling with your mind, essentially. I would say the first tip, and probably the most important one, is to understand that motivation is not a trait. Motivation is a state of mind, you know, that can fluctuate. So every day you want to ask yourself, like, what is necessary to get into the zone, essentially? And then do those things. Like, you don't wake up expecting to be in the zone. You don't wake up expecting to be motivated. You recognize and acknowledge that motivation is a state of, is a 1 second, I'm playing a couple hands here. Wait 1 second. What am I going to do here? No, I'm going to go for this. You acknowledge that motivation is a state of mind that is fluctuating and that it requires you to do certain things, jackpot baby, to get into that state. And because you acknowledge that, you then do those things every day. For example, meditation, working out, sleeping, long enough. I think on the river you have to check if he has an underboat, he's going to call it off. I mean, you can have kings and diamonds, kings and hearts. I don't think he will ever call these hands on the river. I don't think he's going to call down kings. That seems to be pretty unlikely. He might just check back with kings, which is, again, it doesn't really matter that much because I don't think he will ever call it off anyway. Yeah, I don't think this hand calls, We get the jackpot anyway. How much is it? It is $1,500 almost on top. Over on this table, we flop the nuts. And that's just the only tip, really. Like, you wake up and you realize that... Like, I saw this video recently, again, from Healthy Gamer GG about motivation, right? And he said, one guy was saying, I'm not motivated to do anything or be ambitious about anything. So all I end up doing is playing video games, right? And I can personally also identify with that idea. And he was basically questioning, so like the psychologist was questioning whether he is playing video games and because of that he is not motivated, or he's not motivated and then goes ahead and plays video games, like the way that the other guy was basically framing it. And the whole idea of like it's a state of mind is that, you end up playing video games, and because you did that or you started your day that way, we lose here, unfortunately, the first one, you end up not being motivated to do anything else. We lose both. And if you understand it, that's probably this way around, then you don't start the day of playing video games. You understand, recognize that, hey, look, I wake up and it's my responsibility to get into the zone, to get into the flow, right? And then you do the things, you cultivate the things on a daily basis that will get you into the zone. And sometimes you really don't want to do these things, but because you respect yourself and the zone so much, because that's where all the genius happens, like that's where your genius happens. Again, genius is also not a static thing, like your genius or your best of yourself comes out when you're in the zone. So like you respect this idea so much to the point where you are actually going to trigger the zone out of you by doing the things you need to do. And even if you don't like doing them, you do them anyway. This is going to be a fold. But if the failure comes to these people all the time, and they basically don't have will anymore to do something, or fear or failure or do everything at all, you look at the lack of motivation as a static thing, right? You lost something, but that's not how it works. You have to gain it every single day. That's what I mean. Like you wake up and you work yourself into the zone. You don't wake up and you're just like, I'm in the zone, Some days are like that because you have been working so much in the zone. But you understand that when it's not the case, it's on you to get into the zone. And then you have to establish and cultivate how that works for yourself. Like everyone has a different way to navigate there, Like how can, for example, myself. Let's have a look at myself, just as an example. I work on my game or on myself pretty much every single day, for years. For years, I've been doing these things. Like, how am I able to do that? How am I able to operate at such a high level? And the answer is by understanding that it's my responsibility to trigger the motivation on a daily basis. The reason you create goals, for example, is in order to feel that motivation and be like, all right, this is what I'm doing it for. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. So let's get after it. If you don't have any goals or you don't have any things to look forward to, you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, then of course you're not going to feel any motivation. You're just like laying at home and it's kind of weird, because you're sitting at home thinking to yourself, why am I not motivated? And then just thinking that you don't become motivated, So it's kind of like, of course it will not change because there's no reason why it should change anyway. Why would the thought of not being motivated get you into the zone or get you motivated? I think it's if you look at some of the best players in poker or in any profession or sports, being at the top is really hard. or even getting to the top and then remaining at the top is really hard. You know, it's really hard for a reason. So like you shouldn't expect when you look at poker and you trying to make money playing poker, like something that the vast minority of people can do, that it's going to be easy. It's going to be hard. You have to have your game on point. You know, you can't go out and just like drink on the weekends and you know, don't like, I don't feel like studying. I don't really study. You know, I just play. Oh, I can't beat the games. I don't know why it's rigged. You know, like, of course you're not going to beat the fucking games, man. That's not how you're going to do it, you know? Over on this table, I ISO'd against the limp, and we check back the flop. Turn 157. I mean, still feeling really good about my hand, but we will just call. Just don't see like that much value in raising. And then river, pot size bet, and I'm holding it the second nuts. I mean, usually I would just call, but could we jam in this case? I think it's a little bit ambitious. We just call. I'm not sure if this is a bluff or it isn't. I'm really not sure if this is a bluff or not. Had a straight, and then tries to make a flush fold, or not really sure. I think I'm gonna just 4-bet this hand actually. We can get some kings out on the button. And we're not doing that bad against the squeezing range of a 20-bit blind stack that would jack 9-8 double. We're gonna run into the ace high. He wants it once. Let's I was about to say let's punish him straight up, but we need a jack of diamonds. We have one out, one direct out. Now we have one out. Jack of diamonds. Insured against the one out. Okay, that's conservative. Over here we push the turn all in. Oh, we get called. Short stack. Trip 10 slow play, huh? One time. Boom. Boom. The slow play punishment. Flop top 2. So this guy Shimoniak started with that's a large bet. Started with 50 big blinds only, so that means we will raise the flop. And now anyway, because there's already so much money in the middle after the large bet, I'll just go ahead and pot it. Oh, the overcall all in. All in. Okay. Okay, we have the best hand with 69% equity. Can we hold though? Spades are good for us. Six is shitty. Fuck, man, we got it in so good against this hand. That's unfortunate. In the meantime, we have a multi-way all-in over here. We got bear top 2. Need to fade a million things. Can we? All right, spade is good. No? Well, spade is not good, but we're so far ahead. But we get ripped on the river. Oh, wait. The jack. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Over here, we see a large barrel, which we're going to fold to. We got a master spot over on an off table that I'm trying to bring in. One sec. Over here, all in on the flop with top set. The current nuts in a 3-way spot. We run into bottom set and some sort of combo draw. Combo draw is ahead at the moment, but he has a very short stack. Very much a short stack there. Using the river, good result for us. We're going to win the 2.5k side pot. Call it a 3-bet on this table. It's a large bet. We have a very shitty flush draw. It's kind of problematic, actually. But we can't fold against that kind of range, honestly. We'll see a turn. We'll actually jam it in now because aces will still call. And sometimes we're dead. Okay. Okay, let's fade it 2 times. Good. Great. Let's fucking go. And then over here, we play like the last hand, basically heads up now. And I check called the flop after ISOing or open raising. I think it was more like an ISO, and like he bets flop, bets turn. We obviously call. You could even raise the turn sometimes. I mean, there is not going to be like a huge amount of value in it. Let me just think about it. It's kind of, yeah, I think we're just, like if he pots, we're just going to call. Like he's representing 3-4 essentially. And then on the river, let me just get this 1 sec. On the river, we will bet out. Actually, I will not bet out. I just don't think I have a lot of bluffs here. Like I can still have ace-jack or like ace-ace, and he might just barrel through. And if he has 3-4, I just don't see like... If he has that hand, like is he really going to call river after me taking the... After me taking the check call and the turn, you know, I don't think there are like that many bluffs there that he can assign to my range to then justify what I call with 3-4. So like he might sometimes turn like something into a bluff or value cut himself holding a flush. Or like not turn something into a bluff, but like continue his bluff basically, if he had one. Slap a like on the video, follow the channel, subscribe. I will be live sooner than later. Check out the PLO Mastermind if you want to learn more about Pot Limit Omaha. And good luck at the tables if you're playing the rest of the WSOP Online series on GG Poker. I'm out for today. Enjoy the rest of yours.